You just set up CI/CD with GitHub Actions. The workflow builds fine, but when it tries to push Docker image, we see access denied, push failed, CI/CD broken. This mistake happens in real pipelines all the time. Today, I'll show you how to fix it and build a fully working GitHub Actions workflow for Docker. If you are new here, hit subscribe right now. Every week, I don't just explain DevOps tools, I break and debug them, just like you'll have to in production environment. By the end of this video, you'll have a pipeline you can use in your own projects. All right, let's get started. First of all, let me give you a small explanation about what exactly we are going to do. This is my GitHub repository. In this GitHub repository, we are going to write YAML file, that is nothing but our GitHub Actions file. In this file, we are going to build Docker image, okay, followed by we are going to push this Docker image to Docker Hub registry. From this registry, we are going to pull that image and run it on our local machine. Also, if this image is public, anyone in the world can pull this on their machine and run the container. Let's jump into our demo. This is episode 9. So I have .github folder, workflows, docker.yaml file, which I'm going to explain in a moment. Application.py. This is once again a very simple Flask application which we were using in all our episodes. Here I am trying to say hello from Flask running via GitHub Actions. That's it. Followed by we have a Docker file. It's the same exact Docker file which we used in our previous episodes, from Python, creating the user, work directory, copy requirement.txt, pip install, then copy once again and use particular user, application user, expose 5000, command, we are going to run this command. Then we have requirements.txt file. Now let's jump into our docker.yaml file. So what exactly we have here? First, I'm going to name it as Docker build and push. Okay, on every push to the main branch. Okay, I'm not creating different branches. I just want to show this. In production environment, you are going to use main branch. So I'm showing there directly. Jobs, build, followed by it is going to run on Ubuntu latest virtual machine. Environment here is, let's say, prod environment. The steps. First, we are checking out the source code, followed by we are using the market actions checkout at version 3. This is, let's say, publicly available. The next step is log into Docker Hub. Here, once again, I'm using a login action with username, secrets.docker username, password, secrets.docker password. This is very, very important. We are going to create this in our Docker Hub as well. Here, this is our Docker build command, the same which we were doing locally, Docker build -t Flask application latest space dot, followed by pushing the image, Docker push command. Okay. Now our workflow YAML is like ready. I'm going to push this. Now let's jump back to our browser. In my browser, I'm using Docker. I used my credentials to log into Docker Hub. Here I'm going to click on account settings. In the account settings, you will see the settings option, email, password, personal access token. We are going to generate a new token from here. I'm saying generate new token. This is for episode 9 demo. Expiration date, I'm going to make it as custom. So for example, I'm going to make it expire tomorrow. So I would say at 10 o'clock. Here we have different permissions: read only, read write, delete. Normally read write is fine. Read write delete would be like the best for our scenario. So I'm giving read write delete. After creating this, I'm going to copy these credentials, copy this separately and paste it aside so that it will be easier for us to use that in our pipeline. And also copy this, followed by I'm jumping back to my repository. This is my GitHub repository. I did push my source code already here. So here, if you look at the settings, I'm going to click on settings, scroll down under security, secrets and variables. Okay, open this, click on actions. In actions, I'm going to say manage environments. Click on new environment, production. Okay, configure environment. Add environment secrets. In the first stage, it would be I'm going to jump back to my Visual Studio Code and copy the Docker username so that I will not make any mistakes. Docker username. Username would be our username, which we copied from our Docker Hub. So it's learn with DevOps Engineer. Add secret. Add another environment variable. And let me jump back once again to Visual Studio Code. Copy the password. Paste it here. Followed by we are going to copy the secret value, which we copied from our Docker Hub. Okay, add this secret. Why I'm not typing this? Because manual mistakes are 100%. That's why it is better we copy and paste directly so that we will not see any surprises in our pipeline. Okay, this is done. Now let's jump back to our pipeline. I'm going to push. I did a small change, update file, commit and sync changes. As soon as we push, our pipeline should start here. I'm going to click on action. Yes, it's queued, as you can see. Update file, I'm going to open this. If you see, our checkout job is running. Setup job is done. Checkout code, login is also successful. Trying to build the image now. And we see the error. Denied request access to the resources denied. Let's jump back to our Visual Studio Code. Here, if you see, we are trying to build the image, followed by we are trying to push it. Where are we pushing? So we need to pass our username as well. Okay, I'm going to copy this and followed by I would like to paste it here as well. Slash, then at push step as well. Okay, so that this particular image knows where to push. So this particular username will get, injected from our environment variables which we created, safe and secure. Now let's try to push it. Update Docker YAML file. Commit and then sync changes. Let's see if our pipeline will pass now. Actions. It's running now. Building. Build Docker image. Now if you see, it's trying to prepare. And also if you see, it is hiding our user credentials. Latest pushed successfully. Now our build is successful. You can see green build, and also if I expand here, it clearly shows that our Docker image got pushed successfully. Now let's jump back to our Docker Hub. Here I'm going to click on Hub repositories, and if you look here, Learn with DevOps Engineer 1 minute ago. It got pushed just now. Now we are going to pull this image locally and try to run on our computer. So for that, I am going to use docker run command, same -p 5000, followed by the username and the Flask application, which we pushed. Press enter. It clearly says unable to find Learn with DevOps Engineer, okay, locally, and it is trying to pull from here. Also, there are some layer already exists. That's not a problem, but overall, it is trying to pull it locally. Now let's jump back to our browser and open localhost 5000. Press enter. If you see hello from Flask running via GitHub Actions. And just like that, our CI CD is working end to end. Let's do a quick recap of what we learned today. We built a workflow that builds and pushes Docker images with GitHub Actions. We simulated a real mistake with missing username in the tag. We fixed it by using proper tagging with Docker Hub credentials. Also, if you have noticed, we used latest while building and pushing the Docker image, which is not accepted in production environments. We have to use V1, V2, V3 naming conventions so that it will be very much easy. I'm going to show that in the next episode, and also we spoke about that in previous episodes as well. In the final episode, we'll put everything together, a real production like Docker stack with application, database, load balancer, and monitoring. Don't miss it. Hit like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.